Vengeance. So would you like me to start queuing, or do you want to talk?
It is entirely up to you. If you have anything you want to talk about, if you have any questions about the deck, about games in general, if you want, I can give you a few overall tips before we start. Some things I think you're probably going to need to improve, or we can just get into it and I can see actually what you need to be improving and stuff like that.
So the one thing I should mention is so I'm having trouble a lot with trading. I'm still pretty new to the game, but when to trade, when not to trade. I'm trying to get used to the concept of value trading. I think, like with Token Druid, it was a lot easier for, the power of the deck to carry the game with me. But with this one, there's a lot more trading involved, and I think that's where I need to focus. So it would be helpful if you could.
Okay, let's go over the things trading before we jump into it. Trading in general, it really comes down to the goals of your deck. It really comes down to what you are trying to achieve. With Token Druids, trading not so great. Not the best thing for you to be doing most of the time. Unless it's some obvious, like a 2-2 trades into an 8-2 or something like that. But the thing with Rush Warrior, it is a very reactive deck. No matter if you're first or second, it is a very reactive deck in most cases. So a lot of the time trading is a no-brainer with it, especially with your Rush minions. I mean, that's what they're there for. As long as the trades are favorable. We're not talking about killing a 5-5 into a, I don't even know, a 5-10 or something like that. But with trading, it really comes down to what you're trying to achieve and what you're expecting from your opponent. Like, it is very important to have certain mindsets and certain goals for your following turns and how you basically think the game is gonna pan out. You are going to notice in the coaching sessions, like, as soon as I see a mulligan, I'm gonna be like, you're gonna do this still, and I'm gonna go until turn fucking 5. Like, I'm gonna have an exact game plan, what is probably going to be happening, and most of the times it will be happening. Of course, we are gonna remain versatile, we are gonna remain flexible, but you do have to have a good idea of what is probably going to be happening in most matchups. Right now it's pretty easy because it's the end of the old expansion. It's gonna be a lot harder when the new expansion happens though. Oh damn, Dunkle rating us with a party of 71. Thank you very much, Dunkle. Really appreciate you, my dude. Back to the matter at hand. I don't want to eat up any of Silent Storm's time. Like I said, you have to have an exact game plan of what you are expecting to happen in the games. That is one of the most important skills for a legend player, by the way. Like, getting legend, it's not so hard, but the way you really start climbing is by actually thinking about your following turns. A lot of the times, people I coach, they're like, I'm gonna do this and this on this turn. And I'm like, yeah, cool, but what are you gonna do on the next turn if you do that? And they're like, yeah, you're right. So, that is something I'm going to be giving you extra attention on, because that is one of the skills that really sets players apart from the best players. You have to be able to have a good idea of what you will be doing on your following turns, and also it's pretty important to know what your opponent is going to be trying to do on the following turns and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess we can go more on that while we're in the gameplay. If you have any questions in particular, it's up to you if you want to shoot, or we can get into it.
Let's get going. So I'm gonna queue now.
Alrighty, let's get into it. Thank you again, Dunk. Really appreciate you, my guy. And how's it going, Dunkle fans? Hope you're ready for some coaching legend action on NA, mind you. Alright, Cax, I'm having a real hard time finding room for everybody to add them on my friend list, Cax. So, like, if we're not going to be having a coaching session or something like that, I do prefer to save the spots because it does take me a lot of time to actually make spots. Nothing personal or anything like that. I'm not trying to be pretending to be big or anything. Okay, what are you planning on this mulligan? What do you want to do with this mulligan?
Okay, well, so I'm looking at HS replay. It says 10 Trashers tomorrow, Imprison Gennard, are the top picks. Troublemaker's probably too slow, so I.
Troublemaker's literally always going to be too slow. Like, he's never going to be part of the discussion.
And it looks like Parade Leader is a good keep, so I would keep Parade Leader and Tin Trasher.
Honestly, personally, I would just dump it all.
Okay.
The things you need to be asking yourself is, what class are you playing against? What does that class want to achieve? And are you going first or second? We are going first. And still, even though this Tin Trasher could be amazing, the only situation where he's amazing is if you literally top deck Imprisoned Gan, Arrogant, Crab Rider, so you can curve off turn 3 10th Trasher. Since that is probably not gonna happen, I would much rather get something a little bit quicker. And so far, that is the case for us. We are happy with what we are seeing. Sure, in a Imprisoned Gan, Arrogant, Athletic Studies, those would have been great, but since those were never a part of the conversation, it is what it is. Okay, the question you need to ask yourself against this guy is, what does he want to achieve this or the next turn? It's a rogue. What do you think he wants to be doing?
Well, he wants to put down the Octobot.
Yeah, that is pretty much what they do. Also, you could notice that this guy kept 3 cards, so you can have a pretty good idea that he already has it. The bad news is we don't have a good answer for that. We don't have a 4-attack minion anytime soon. Oh, wow, that's new.
Infoing.
Wait a second. Okay, this is questionable. This is a very questionable turn. Like I said, Octobot is a very scary thing for us. This guy still has 3 cards that he kept in the mulligan. I wonder what he kept if he didn't coin out Octobot there. Like, that was so weird. He's basically telling us he does not have Octobot, so maybe we're just trading it with the bumper card here.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, the other thing that I was considering is actually going for Athletic Studies so we can find a 4-drop that has 4 attack, so we can play it next turn as a free drop. But him playing like that, it just shows he doesn't have the Octobot, so yeah, bumper car into it. I'm going to be talking a lot more than usual, aren't I?
Well, this is really good to give me that context. Familiarity with other classes. Very helpful thing.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's literally 70% of the game for some decks. If you're playing a control class, for instance, it's like if you're playing a control deck, 80% of your win condition is knowing what you're playing against and how to play against it. Like we did that last stream, a coaching giveaway. The dude wanted to play Control Warrior, a deck I didn't play ever. And we literally went with 90% win rate just because I knew exactly what we were playing against. And it was not even a good version of Control Warrior. It was just something slapped together, kind of a budget-y version. But just because we knew what we were doing with it, it helped a lot. Okay, what do you think we want to do here?
Well, I'm tempted to go with conditioning and athletic studies for the next draw.
I am thinking about the same thing, as if only you change the order, obviously, because we want to get the extra minion first. So Athletic Studies first. Let's see what we get. Oh, I don't see the discovers. What are the minions?
So it's Crab Rider, Stone Maul, Anchorman, and Kargath.
I think the Anchorman sounds good.
Okay. And then conditioning?
Yeah, go with the conditioning just because we have, like, it's basically a +6/+6 for 2 mana, so might as well do it.
Okay.
Would have been awesome if we do it on turn 5, but that would be a little bit too obvious of a play, and also against Rogue, you kinda can't allow yourself to play too much for value like that. A lot of the time they punish you. Okay, well, we're happy because we picked the Stonewall Anchorman, which is pretty much the best we could do right now, I do believe. I think it does give us...
Okay, so Stone Maul into the 3/4?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
It is an easy clear for him with a Brain Freeze or something along those lines, but still, not too bad. Okay, that's about it. Yeah, sorry about that, Mr. Bessie, nothing personal, but as soon as I see somebody with like 7 days away, those are the people I remove first. Like, I just need to make the room, you know, like... I'm coaching people constantly and I have to cycle my friends constantly, and it's really taking a lot of time, not gonna lie. God damn, this guy's so lucky getting it off the top like that. 22 cards and first card he picks is the goddamn wife. Okay. Not the best, not the worst. If he doesn't deal with the 5-3, that's gonna be great, but Brain Freeze is still an option. He could have even discovered it. Yeah. Shocking.
So what would you think about tomorrow?
Ooh, this conditioning out the top is so good though. What will I think about Samuro? I was gonna say it's not a bad idea, but since we top deck the conditioning right now, I'm thinking about pushing our luck a little and just going conditioning into a big Wormhole Challenger in the 3-7. And the next turn, he might point out a Jandis, and that Samuro is gonna be insane in that case. He did keep 2 cards, so Jandis is one of the cards they might actually keep.
So conditioning Wormhole into the 3-7.
Yeah, as long as you pick the left Wormhole, because he is bigger and it only takes 2 swings to kill it. So yeah, yep. Conditioning the left Samuro, the 4-13. Okay. If this baits out a Devolving Missiles, I guess it's not that bad. It is 200 CAX, 200, which is by far not enough. Like, it is a joke not enough, especially for streamers. It's so fucking hard to keep up. There's the Jandis. Big Fat Samuro says bueno. Wow, easiest clear of our lives. I'm telling you, man, half the win is just knowing what you're playing against and knowing how to push your advantages. Right now, a frickin' 4-drop is clearing his entire board he was building so fucking long. He is gonna triple trade it, so you're not even gonna take that much damage. Is he gonna face it? Sadly he does Shadow Step, but still, what you gonna do? We still have pretty fat Darkmoon Riders, so we're happy. Okay, takes the damage like a man. We might consider holding off our Samuro just because this board is not super amazing, but let's see.
Well, the Darkmoons are both 4-4. It would be great if we had an ETC.
I mean, ETC is cool and all, but he's definitely not your win condition in this case. How can we abuse this person's life? Not a huge fan of taking 5 damage to the face. And I think we're not taking the 5 damage to the face. Let's go with Sword Eater, the left one, because it's nice and big.
Yep.
And both the Darkmoon Riders. But like I said, I'm not a fan of taking 5 damage to the face, so maybe kill off one of your 4-4s into the 5-3. 4-4 into the 2-1, so he does not just ping it off, and now face trade the 3-2.
Yep.
Yeah, we're setting up for a huge Rokara possibility follow-up. If he doesn't deal with one of these minions, Rokara plus Wormhole Challenger would be huge, or with Samuro still. They're gonna be nice chunky minions, so not that bad. Here you go, Cax, the first folder. They're all free to use music, so you can even create YouTube videos with them and you're gonna be good to go. That is why I'm using them, because I can use them on my YouTube videos and also on stream without caring. And it's pretty enjoyable music too. God damn it, my soundbar. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Yeah, the first folder, dude. Okay, this 2-1 would have pinged off our 4-1, by the way, if we traded with the 3-2 with the 4-2. Okay. And we are rewarded. Okay, how do you want to proceed here?
Well, I mean, I still think Rokara, definitely the Crab Rider, I guess, and we've got to kill that field contact. So I'm thinking face the Divine Shield, Play the Rokara, play the Crab Rider, use the Crab Rider to clear the 3/1 and the 2/1.
We're not really a huge fan of using our face too much against the rogue because they do get very scary very fast. After turn 8, 9, they can do huge amounts of damage, so being above a certain amount of health is definitely a comfortable lead for us. Crab Rider is usable in this situation, but... No, let's go Rokara and Warmole Challenger. Rokara first, Warmole Challenger the 3/1. And Rokara kills the 2/1. Go face with both because you do have your Sword Eater in hand. No, Rokara trades. Go face with everything. Weapon included. Yeah, be careful trying to go face with Rush Minions because you almost got mindfucked there.
Yeah, I got so excited.
Yeah, I should definitely try saying the play a little bit faster, but since we're already in Legend, I'm also trying to give you as much of you doing the stuff and figuring it out on your own, but yeah, gotta be careful not to eat up too much of the time. That was a sad Flame Strike. I should have talked about it, actually. A lot of the time it's obvious when they pick Flame Strike, and this was one of those times. Even though they picked it super early, him keeping a 1/5 spell for that long usually means Flame Strike, especially against us. Rogues love keeping that shit against us. Okay, what do you think we do?
Well, I mean, I would go for the Sword Eater, and then that'll corrupt the stage dive, and then we go from there.
Okay, make sure to play the Sword Eater on the left side. I'm gonna talk about that later. And stage dive, see where that takes you.
Okay, treasure.
Not good enough for now. Just clap a hero power for now and go face with both. Don't end turn. So why I want the taunt on the left side. This is how you guarantee that the taunt remains on the left side. Positioning matters a lot nowadays in Hearthstone. Now, not so much as in the past and some other expansions, but right now, Combustion is a card these guys can get. Your taunts are minions that... The health of a taunt can be manipulated easily with rush minions, with phase damage, stuff like that. Taunts are easy targets to manipulate, so... As soon as he sticks a board, he can make this taunt into a 2/1, and that gives him a huge combustion possibility from another 1/5, which we know they run. So using your 2/5 on the far left ensures that it's gonna remain there unless you decide otherwise. Because some cards, the cards that generate minions, they always generate them on the right side. For instance, I always like to use Libram of Hope as a good example. Libram of Hope, when you play it, it pops the minion on the left side. Okay, there you go. Big Blade Storm. Big boy Samuro. That's what we were waiting for. So yeah, positioning is very important, and against some classes more than others. The most important classes positioning is important for would be Rogue, Mage, Druid, and also Demon Hunter. With rogues, it's mainly for the combustion, same with mages. With druids, it's mainly their rushed Lake Thrasher from Guardian Animals. And with demon hunters, it's Curtis, which attacks the most left and most right minions. Meaning that you have to be on your toes against every single matchup and think about the possibilities of bad outcomes due to bad positioning. That is pretty important. And even though it doesn't look pretty important in some cases, it is gonna save you. Okay, that's lethal, you see it, right? I mean, it was lethal just without even the ETC, but with ETC it's so much lethal.
I see it, yes, I see the lethal. So, I just gotta put the Samaro into the 3/3 and then
I mean, you can just do that. You can literally just do that and that's lethal enough. It's exactly lethal like that.
And for positioning, do I do it on the right side or the left side, or does it matter? I guess,
I would put it in the middle because it would be the minion with the most health.
Got it.
Okay. I like you asking questions on decided games. Some people are like, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but we're here to learn. I'm not gonna be able to be with you on every single teachable moment. So using this opportunity to perfect the play is a good sign. Okay.
That's awesome. All right, beautiful.
Yup. From this game, a noticeable misplay was you tried to attack face with a rush minion. A distinct difference between rush minions and minions that can go face is that they glow in a different kind of green. It looks like a green flame. Any questions, Silent?
No. So cue the next game?
Yeah, that is usually how we do it. We just queue into games unless you have something you want to talk about, which might distract us.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that last game, the Samuro, was definitely holding off on that one.
Samuro is such a key card, especially when you know. I mean, we kept it off without knowing he had Jandis, but if we know he has Jandis, like, if you have a better play, just go for that. Sometimes you just gotta tempo it and pray it's enough. But we had the flexibility to not go like that, and we executed it perfectly. Okay, against the Hunter, what do we do?
Well, so I'm looking at HS replay again, the stats. So Crab Rider is in the top 5, but I'm almost tempted to throw. This is against Hunter, so they're going to be very quick. Crab Rider might be good to keep. Throw away the rest.
I'm actually thinking about the Sword Eater too, but you are kind of right, it is gonna be kind of slow. Playmaker is rarely a keep, in this case, never really. So yeah, let's just keep Crab Rider, sure. But we might not drop him on curve unless he gives us a good target onto, like, what's his name, Intrepid, without corrupting it. Okay, this is an interesting situation to be in. It's actually important to think a little here. If you go with Athletic Studies and you do not get a good rush minion at free, which is literally only Rakara and it's not that amazing, if you go with Athletic Studies here, you're not gonna corrupt your stuff with Crab Rider next turn. I am tempted to not do anything this turn, honestly.
Yep, makes sense.
This guy didn't keep anything. Fuck. Well, that was a punish for us, kinda. Definitely would have been good if he played Interpid without coining it or something. How's it going, Kris?
I'm not sure we can wait. I think we gotta corrupt that stage dive.
You're not wrong, but this Crab Rider could be pretty good for us, especially since next turn he's probably gonna go Coldcar Pack Runner and to coin some bullshit.
Okay.
Hero powering is not the worst thing we can do. It's okay. You kind of want to be fitting in hero powers whenever you can, and Crab Rider is just not impactful for us, and we're losing its Wind Fury, so let's just hero power. This is usually an easy matchup, but would have been great if we had a good Imprisoned Ganarg and Bumper Car. We had neither. Oh, for fuck's sake, this guy's playing so freaking slow. Oof. Let's go with Athletic Studies, see what's in it now.
Kargath would be good, but we don't have a weapon equipped.
You're mixing him up with Dr. Krosnoff, I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
But still, Kargath is a pretty decent pick here because, I mean, the other are just terrible. And Kargath is basically an extra game plan for you. If you reach the Kargath Prime later, it's basically GG.
Yep.
Parade Leader is gonna be a huge combo for you with your Crab Rider later on. Technically, we could put him down right now. Next turn, he might just go with a Mankrik if he has him. He didn't have anything else so far. Maybe we put down Parade Leader still. It's not gonna be as huge of a combo with the Crab Rider as I made it out to be. The minions he's playing are just not... They don't tend to have too much... Not too many of them have free health, aside from the Coldcar Pack Runner. The girl has 4 health, this shit has 4 health. Okay, that's not bad. That was a very suboptimal play from this guy. Let's see what's in the stage dive first, shall we? Not bad. And I like it better than the Kargat at this point. Because it is gonna deal with this 3-4 and we also get the slap in a hero power. Let's do that. Bumper car into a hero power. Bumper. Notice how the bumper car has a green flame around it and the other guy is just green. That is a good way of you seeing if something is rush or not. So the 2 damage goes face, the rush kills the thing, and you hero power.
Yeah, I'm still learning the interactions in this deck. The Parade Leader, I didn't realize, I just realized that it added 2 to the bumper car.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's also another cool interaction is with Parade Leader and Playmaker. If you have a Playmaker and Parade Leader, as soon as you play a bumper car as a 1-3, the first one has a 3-3 health and the second one has a 5-1. Because the Parade Leader doubles up the double up. Which is kind of a weird interaction, but it is how it does work. Okay, right now we have to be careful for a freezing trap or explosive trap. Either way, we have to test for the secret before we do anything else. What do we want to test for?
You are not prepared.
I think getting back Parade Leader back into our hand is not going to be a bad thing, so let's try 2-3 first Ghostface. Okay, 5-1 Ghostface as well. And what do we put? The greedy play would be Ringmaster Watley, but I think the smart play would be the Sword Eater here. Sword Eater on the far left doesn't really matter against Hunters, but I'm doing the general good play here just so I reinforce it into you. Yeah, Sword Eater far left.
Yep.
And slap him in the face with the weapon, because we are actually pretty aggressing him pretty nicely so far. That is not usually how it goes. Usually you want to be saving your charges for good trades against Hunters, because most of the time you win by not losing, basically, and they run out of steam because you basically rush down everything they put, and you just build a gradually huge board against them most of the time. Thank you for the follow, button clicker. Also, Kimby6 and for Bardock. Nailed it. Sorry if I've been sleeping on the follows, but yeah, trying to do the coaching as we should. Am I happy with the new cards? They look pretty interesting, but can't really say much more than that. Okay, we are happy. Not too happy about that, but still happy nonetheless. It's very weird that he did that trade. That was very weird that he did that trade. Like, it made no sense for him to do that trade unless the secret is actually open the cages. Because it's either pack tactics or snakes at this point, or open the cages. Him not leaving us with a rush target, with a target for us to kill, kind of stupid, but because we can't activate his secrets. But it is what it is. What do you want to do here?
So his best play is to put down, I don't know if he's got it yet, but the Rhino, so which is protected by the taunt. I would say put down a big minion. I would put down either the Kargath, the Ringmaster, and maybe even the bumper cars.
He did not play the Rhino last turn, so it's safe to assume maybe he does not have it. I think you go Ringmaster Watley on the right side and Dark Moon Rider on the right side and go face with both again because we are getting our pirate back. Face with both. Generally you do not want to be putting down useless 1-drops, but in this case we were going to overdraw, so... Wait, we weren't. Yeah, I messed up. We actually didn't have a bumper car anymore, so we only drew a dragon and a pirate here. But still, if he has to waste 4 mana to kill that 1-1, he's nowhere near lethal ranges, so it's basically a bait for him to spend his mana for something that doesn't get him the win. Okay, he actually had the Rhino, just didn't use it last turn, which is kind of weird. Okay, assuming he's gonna go for a freezing trap here, if he is passionate about not dying to death.
So we start by hitting the 6-3 with the 3-5, right?
Not really. We have a lot of rush options here. Let's go face with the free 5. It's probably Freezing Trap, but fuck it. Okay.
Yep.
Now let's go with a 2-mana Parade Leader. Your right card, yes. Into a Dark Moon Rider. No, 1-mana Dark Moon Rider. Try killing the Rhino with it. It's probably gonna double it up. Oh, it's snakes. We don't care about snakes. In that case, let's just 4-mana Sword Eater on the left side and go or kill it. Kill Kolic. Kill the 1/2 with your Sword Eater.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it. We're basically in Alexstrasza waiting room if push comes to shove. If not, we can also get the lethal through the Troublemaker somehow next turn. We're definitely not trading with all of those 1/1s, that's for sure. Expecting it to do that, Nelum. Not really sure, but I am expecting it should be working like that. Okay. That's fine.
Rates are good for us.
It's pretty decent.
So I would kill the coal car with the face and put down the Troublemaker.
In most cases, you're not going to be wrong, but in this particular case, how do we lose if we play in the most defensive way possible and just Alexstrasza his face next turn? Hunter does not heal. That's the beauty of this play. I think we should just go with a 2-mana Crab Rider, which does discount your 10th Trasher down to 4, meaning you can also Hero Power, and you're just gonna trade everything off with the Rush minions. 4-mana 10th Trasher. Into a Hero Power, 10th Trasher kills Kolkar, Rush into the 1/1s, and you can even save the weapon, it really doesn't matter, just Hero Power. This way you guarantee the win, like no RNG bullshit, no nothing, no absolute situation where you die here, like none, it doesn't exist.
Makes sense. Yep.
Yup, easy. Really don't know, Wavier. Really don't know. I'm assuming that some kind of a mid-rangey Hunter would feel pretty nice, though. I had a feeling it's gonna be a thing last expansion. It kind of fell short, but I think this expansion it does have a lot of support. Even with the quest and whatnot, with the new weapons and shit. Could be pretty interesting. Okay. Warlock is one of your worst matchups. As long as it's Control Warlock, that is. Okay, what do you think we are trying to do against Control Warlock?
So I have not faced a Warlock in this matchup. I've faced him a lot of times, or Control Warlock a lot of times as a token druid. So I assume this is a slower matchup, a value matchup. So I definitely keep the athletic studies. I'm looking at the HS replay. So I would keep the athletic studies and throw the other 2 away.
Yeah, I think that would be the play in most cases. Funny thing about Playmaker is the only situation where you get to keep Playmaker, especially when you're going first, is if you literally have both athletic studies. But not in this matchup, I think. If it wasn't against a slow matchup like this, you could do something like a Playmaker as soon as turn 3 with a couple of athletic studies beforehand. You get to play a 0-mana bumper car in most cases, which could be pretty huge, but against a Warlock that's basically removal number 1. So yeah, in this matchup you're kind of looking into, again, like the Control, like the Rush Warrior matchup, you want to be buffing up your shit. You are expecting to go deep into the late game, and one of your best win conditions here would be a pretty big ETC later on. For now, it's just Imprison Ganarg, no questions asked. Not much else can be done. This guy kept 2 cards. The cards they usually keep would be Soul Shear, Hysteria, and a possible 1-drop like this. Maybe he has the armor guy as well in there. Time will tell.
Well, if we play the Murloc, it's not going to kill it, but it will corrupt the stage dive.
It will, but it really ain't achieving much. We're not in a hurry to get the stage dive going. Let's see what's in the athletic studies still.
Okay.
In this case, we can do that. I don't see him again, fuck me.
Oh, sorry. Dark Moon Rabbit, Kargath, and Emerald Sky Talion.
Kargat, I guess. Kargat.
Okay. Yep.
But that's it for now. We're not doing anything else. I know why I'm not seeing them. I am so used to clicking on the cards as soon as they get played, and in the spectator mode that bugs it a lot of the times. You could actually get faster Hearthstone animations if you instantly click on a card. That would be an important skill for you to learn if you're playing APM kinds of decks, like Pen Paladin was such a deck lately. Fuck, what are we supposed to do here? God damn it.
So School Spirit is the control warlock. This is a control warlock. Their biggest clear. So how about Kargath on the 3/4?
I mean, if we do that, he's just gonna kill it off with the 1/3.
Yep.
We know he has tons of removals, but it's not a bad idea to start getting those removals out of the way. So maybe a 10th Trasher into the 3/4, so it actually does require a good removal from him.
Yep. And right, left?
Against the Warlock, it really doesn't matter.
And do I face hit
your
1/3?
weapon... He does have 4 fragments in there already, so maybe we save it. Usually I do like to swing at least once with most classes, but since this guy is most probably gonna heal it all off, we would rather not this turn. Sadly, didn't get rewarded, but if he queued into a couple of soul fragments, that would have been very pleasant for us. Also, we're not really gonna chip away here. Like, it's not gonna be too good of a game plan for us to start chipping like that. Interesting.
I wonder if I've got it right, because that Scorpid is not a normal keep in the control warlock that I've been facing.
What do you mean it's not a normal keep? It's a pretty good keep.
Well, it's been a while since I faced a warlock, but the ones that I didn't hard run the Scorpid.
Yeah,
so
but it really doesn't give us
different.
extra information. It's a pretty good card to be running, honestly. It's basically an extra good removal for them. Let's go with Stage Dive, see what we get from that. Not the best, not the worst. I still think Rakara might be an interesting play here. 3 mana Rakara. Rakara kills the 1/1. The minions go face and your weapon kills the 1/3. Positioning doesn't matter again, really doesn't. Rakara kills the 1/1, everything else face. Hysteria is not gonna be good for him. He is gonna have to Soul Shear or Drain Soul here for sure, I'm assuming. If he has them, obviously. Good news is if he Hysterias, one of these survives. Okay, there's the Drain. Are we gonna see the Soul? Another Drain. Well, not the best, but not the worst. He did discover one of those Drains, sadly. Okay... What do you want to do here?
So it'd be mana efficient to do the Playmaker plus the Crab Rider, but we don't really get value off the Crab Rider.
Yeah, the Playmakers are pretty important here in most cases. You kind of want to save them for a good ETC play later on, like very later on with bumper cars and shit. It could give you extra 20 damage, like, it could be huge. So for this turn, I think we're trying to bait out some good removal from him. 10 Treasure is too good for us to bait with him, so let's just use the Kargat. Kargat is a minion he does not have a great way to clear. Warlocks do not have good 4 damage. So yeah, put down Kargat and go face with the 3 damage. Save your weapon. Save your weapon, go face with the minion.
Yep.
Okay. So right now he can Siphon Soul this, he can Hysteria it, he can Soul Shear it, but it's just not good. See why I didn't want to attack with the weapon? Because this shit.
Yep.
Thank you very much for the follow. 111 period 5. And this is the other reason why I didn't want to drop the 10th Trasher last turn, because the Ogre Master is such a big possibility for them to follow up, and we had a great way to clear it, and we still do, because we played it like that. So yeah, 10th Trasher claps the 3-7. We're not super happy about it, because the Hysteria is not going to be too great for us. Especially if this 4-4 doesn't kill the 7-3 first. But, let me think a little. Should we waste the Crab Rider here? Is it really gonna make that much of a difference? I don't think so. Save the weapon, go face with the minions, and just hero power. Another thing you kinda need to be thinking about here, maybe it's something a little bit too much to think about, honestly, is that they do run Mutinous most of the time. So if he tries to Mutinous you, and there's the Hysteria, please kill the 10 Trasher, do you pussy, fuck. Well, sad, but it wouldn't have been worth it to drop the Crab Rider here. Like, what are the odds of it attacking both the Crab Rider and the other guy instead of the 10 Trasher? Pretty slim. Anyway, since we did get the second Sword Eater here, we're just going face with the weapon, re-equipping with the Sword Eater afterwards, and let's think a little longer. Is the Wormhole really worth it? I wouldn't say so, just hero power. It's not great, but our hand is not great. Like, we didn't get any of our good cards. We didn't get the conditionings, we didn't get the Rune Tech, we didn't get the Watley. Hopefully we get a Troublemaker off the top. Did this guy not pay attention? He has... Actually, this is a dead giveaway. Do you know why he played that?
No.
Ticketus. Ticketus is happening next turn. Yep, sadly that is the case. So, what do we do so he does not get a good Ticketus play on us? We put as much tempo as we can. What is the tempo that we can put as much?
Well, I mean, so Playmaker, Crab Rider.
I would say right. Playmaker, Rune Tech.
Oh, yeah. That's even
let's
better.
Go with the Playmaker.
Yep.
Put down the Rune Tech. We are going to ignore this 5-5, I think, though. No, we're not. Doesn't matter. So the big Rune Tech kills the free one. The 3-6 kills the free one. The free one kills the 5-5, and your face kills the 5-5. And go face. And right now he goes for the Ticketus. He's gonna have a hard time with the board because we are kind of snowballing him. I do believe he has Ticketus. I also believe he's not gonna play Ticketus here though. He might go with the Twisting Nether into a Strongman. Is what I was going to say before I saw the Twisting Nether. Okay, this is not bad again. This again does deny him just to go Ticketus. Check out Troublemaker and face trade the 6-6. Good news is he just removed one Twisting Nether, which he top decked, mind you. Bad news is he still might have another one. And also Cascading might be fully corrupted for him already. Probably is. Okay, not the best, not the worst. I mean, it's pretty good. Definitely was a good idea that traded. Okay, he's looking for hard removal, I'm assuming. Maybe a Siphon Soul, maybe a Cascading trying to get lucky. Could also Soul Shear Cascading. If he just discovered the Cascading. There's that Ticketus we talked about. One step ahead, every step of the way. Well, this CTC is a very sad burn for us, but still, could have been a lot worse. Okay. I think we have lethal. Crab Rider kills himself into the 1-3. Yeah, we have lethal. So much lethal. Crab Rider kills himself into the 1-3. Crab Rider kills himself into the 8/8. And Wormhole Challenger kills himself into the 8/8. Wormhole Challenger from hand. Go face everything past, GG. One step at a way, every step at a time. Pass, that's all.
Oh, and I don't even have to... Got it. I don't even have to do anything, do I?
Nope.
Oh.
Easy. But yeah, notice how I was literally one step ahead of what he was about to do every single turn. Like, you have to be very good knowing the meta to be good in Legend and High Legend. So yeah, basically us pushing him super hard with the rune tag play was the right thing to do, because he would have started snowballing us with that big Ticketus if we left him. If we played a slow turn that turn, he would have just taken the game from there. But since we did push him, because we knew what he was trying to achieve, like playing a Militia with only one soul fragment, that is a dead giveaway. You're doing it for the corruption for Ticketus. Like, that was huge. And he did have to top deck the answer. He did not have the Twisting Nether. He top decked it. Like, he literally top decked it as soon as turn 8. And he did not have another good removal there because he was looking for one from the Venomous Scorpion, but he did not find one.
Well, in the Playmaker run back, so that was a big threat, even though we didn't have many cards.
I mean, it's still pretty huge. Like, it was a huge threat. Like, we were having 2 drops as free 6 Wind Furies. It's huge. Yeah. Even though it's not anything too amazing, threatening lethal with it, it does help us stick our minions, and we did. We're sticking those pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, nothing but wins for 1 hour straight. Not bad.
Holy cow! This is the most wins I've had in a row with this deck, and well, since I started playing it. So thank you.
No problem. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it never would have even occurred to me, the Ticketus. You know, I saw the really bad Militia, and it just, so I'm going to remember that.
For sure. It's pretty important. It is pretty important to pay attention to what your opponent is communicating. That is important. Like, that is super important. That is something, back when I started streaming, that was something super strange for me. I was not able to do that shit. But it really comes through experience. You gotta keep on playing, keep on pushing those wins. And it is gonna come down to you. You are going to start thinking about what your opponent is actually thinking about. Okay, what are we doing against the Mage?
So it's burn, it's fast, it's I mean, unless he uses I'm trying to think the 4-drop lunacy. So I would maybe keep the run back and the stage dive. Run back's kind of slow.
Maybe Sword Eater stage dive.
Okay.
Let's go with that. But conditioning is not great against Mage. Rune Tech is not great against Mage because usually you don't have anything to rush into. ETC is also not anything too amazing, but we're just gonna curve off with it. You don't have to hold off your ETC in every single matchup. In some cases you just chuck it out there for tempo, and it's not gonna be a bad play for us soon.
Nice top deck.
Yep, Imprison Ganark all day, every day.
He's going to want to encounter slow, but he would have already played it. Okay.
Okay, so far so good. He didn't keep anything in his hand, so we are kind of happy.
Yep.
Okay, what do we do?
So, tempo the ETC.
For sure. And also, important thing when positioning, especially against the Mage. You want to have your dormant minions in the middle. Right now we don't have a third minion, but if we did, the dormant should remain in the middle. Just chuck it on the right side because we do have a sword. Whatever. It is whatever, really. But I was gonna say that we have a Sword Eater, so turn planning, we would have we would play Sword Eater next turn on the left side if this was still the board state. But that is not gonna be the board state. This dormant minion is waking up, so it's not really the follow-up play anyway. Okay, good news is we have a way to remove that Phoenix one way or another, with our face most probably. Let's see what's in the stage dive, right? One stage dive goes. We might reconsider for the second one, though. Oh, not the best. It's not a great keep, but it's not a bad top deck. I think you're good to stage dive again, because next turn we might actually playmaker into coin out a big stage dive minion if we get a playable 2-drop like a bumper car. Nope, but I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. Just go face with both, because we have both the Sword Eaters, so weapon swings are not gonna be a problem for us. Next turn we're probably just coining out this fat Samuro. It is probably gonna eat a Devolving Missiles, but somebody has to do it. Okay, that's not bad. Wasting removal like that, we are fine. Is he gonna leave the ETC? Cool story, boob.
Interesting.
Cool
Okay.
story, boob. I think you
All
pointed
right,
out. Coin out
what
Rune
am I
Tech.
pointing out?
Yeah, coin out Rune Tech, 5 mana. Overlord, yes.
And I want to put it on the...
Right side.
And I want to kill it.
Yeah, rush into the chicken and go face with the weapon and the other guy, because you're probably playing a Sword Eater next turn anyway.
Yep.
Right now he's probably gonna ping the 1/1 and Devolving Missiles. If he doesn't do that, he might not have it. Okay, just Apex Blast is interesting too. It's not a bad play for him, but it's not too amazing because it's not in the face. Okay, let's think, let's reconsider. Let's contemplate. Kind of a sucky situation to be in, but I kind of think the 10th Trasher makes the most sense, even though it ain't doing much.
Yep. Yeah.
It's still 2 extra damage from the ETC while we still have it, and it's still something he needs to answer. So yeah, 10th Trasher into the 4/4, 1/1 goes face. This game is already half won. If he doesn't encounter slow on 2 or 3, usually it's gonna be easy game for you. Right now, sure, he did it now, but it's a little bit too late, so we are fine.
Well, so how about conditioning Sword Eater?
That would be the straightforward play indeed. I'm also thinking about Watley, so we can do a very big conditioning next turn. It's not super amazing, but at this point it's not too bad either, because we are going to be able to go somewhat wide and the Devolving Missiles should miss most of that shit. I think Watley is good enough. He can't just Apex it, he also has to ping it. So yeah, let's go with the Watley. It's a seemingly not amazingly amazing minion, but it's still a fucking 4/6 in the end of the day.
Yep.
What more can you want for a 5 mana? We are only drawing 2 because we already have the pirates, but it is what it is. Also, it's Alexstrasza waiting room. Basically, we have to get him on 8 health, and after that we don't even have to go face. We just gotta save for Alexstrasza turn. This way we deny him the possibility of getting 8 armor from the... what's it called? The 4 mana corruption spell. Right now he could have corrupted it, so he might even play it. Doesn't. Devolving number 1, thanks. Oh no! We do have Murlocs, by the way. That could be an extra damage. Never mind. Yeah, ring toss.
Ring toss, yeah. And I love that floor goal. I play the Murloc in Wild, the Shaman, Murloc Shaman. It's fun. Okay. So,
this is pretty good.
So definitely we're going to do conditioning. Yes, and then also it looks like conditioning Playmaker bumper car, right, to put pressure on the board.
I'm thinking about that as well. We definitely need to remove this 1/1. We kind of want to start slapping him in the face as well, but I think it's a bait. I think we're not going to be able to get close enough just from Sword Eaters and shit. So yeah, let's go Conditioning into Playmaker and use the left bumper car because he knows about that one. Or at least he should if he's not a toilet player. Use the... fuck it, the 3/5 trades. Force him into going into a Flame Strike. And if he doesn't have the mana to ping, that would be great. If the Flame Strike is his first card, he won't have enough mana to ping as well. Starts with a Devolving. Okay, we still have a bumper car. Nice order. Combustion? No. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Well, good news is he doesn't have any more Devolving Missiles unless he discovers another one from a random Rune Orb. But he's probably not. Yeah, let's go with a Sword Eater for sure here. They're both the same, doesn't matter. And... we already have our ETC dead. We still have a Playmaker and Parade Leader action going though. You know what? Go face with the weapon and play another Sword Eater.
Seriously? Okay.
Seriously, it's fucking 5/8. We're not planning around to stick here for more than 3 more turns, so who cares if we lose 1 charge?
Love it.
5/8, how does he remove those? He doesn't have Devolving Missiles anymore, Flame Strike is not enough, how does he deal with fucking 5/8? Yup.
I like it. I like it. I was looking at the Samuro because it's so chunky. But...
it's actually not a bad idea too. Samuro was also an acceptable thing, but it's kind of scary because he has 3 random Mage minions in there, and those could have been Jandis. Alrighty, well, that's GG any way you slice it. Go face with everything, Alexstrasza, GG. Wait a second, with 8 armor it's still lethal, right? It's exact. No, it's not. It's 1 off. Wait a second then. I thought it was enough, but it's 1 off. In that case, let's go with the Troublemaker, because... wait a second. He can double Flame Strike our face. Nah,
no, it's lethal, right?
It's so 1 off, dude. It's 1 off. 8 plus 3 does not equal 12.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. Let's put Alexstrasza in the middle on our own face. Alexstrasza, your own face.
Yep.
Put her in the middle and go face with the weapon. Okay. Gotta do it.
Yep.
2 fireballs. I mean, he already played 1 fireball, but Apex ping. Possibility. Got him.
Yep. So I definitely would have lost that game.
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't know for a fact if he had the Apex and second fireball. We just knew he still had that possibility for a lethal out. But we also knew he does not have a possibility to deal with a fucking 10-10 on the board. And how does he fuck us up? How does he fuck us up from 20? Just doesn't.
Well, and I mean, the 2/5/8, it never would have occurred to me to put down the...
honestly, putting down the Samuro was also a good play. Like, if you had that in your head as a secondary game plan, that was also pretty good. If not better. Like, that would have been actually lethal if we did it that way. But still, I kinda felt like we want to have that safety net.
Yep. Yeah, no, I love it. Alright, queuing.
Show.
I don't think you lost one.
Yeah, I'll get used to that.